Hello everybody, my name's Panasonics, but you can call me whatever the fuck you want, and today, we're gonna be going over some Wildstar stuff. So, this video is about the PvP tactics of the Stalker, and as with every other class, there are multiple ways in which you can play the Stalker, and I'm gonna talk about two primary ways to do it. But first, I'm going to start with Super Murder DPS Burst. And I know that I always start with Super Murder DPS Burst, but that's because it's easily the most fun. So let me explain to you how Super Murder Death Burst works as a Stalker. You have your innate ability, which makes you stealth and gives you a small burst of damage. It gives you a small damaging buff. Buffing damage. It gives you more damage. More damage, yeah, that's what I was going for. Anyway, it gives you more damage, essentially. So what you want to do is go into stealth, run up behind someone, stab the shit out of them, and if they don't die instantly, then just use one of the many skills the Stalker has to retreat back into the shadows, wait for all your cooldowns to come off cooldown, and repeat the process. And that is literally what the Burst Stalker is right now. Like in terms of MMOs and stuff. So, I'll give you an example. A Burst Stalker sees a target, such as a Spellslinger, such as an Esper, maybe a Medic. He sees the target, and he goes, target acquired. And he pops his stealth, and runs up behind them, and pretty much just spams all his damage abilities. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky, because sometimes you will get slipped by, you will get stunned before you can stun them and slip away. So what you want to do, really, is wait for your stealth, pop the strongest, because some skills have a buff, where if you use them from stealth, then they do extra damage, for example. So you want to pop those, and then instantly pop your stun, like the second after. You want to shred through them, drop your stun, it's called staggering strike as the primary stun. You want to instantly stun them down, so they can't get away, and then just go to town on them. All your cooldowns are condensed into a window that's maybe 3 seconds long. If they jump away, that's okay. You can follow up with Pounce. It's a good ability for following up. You leap towards them. All this information's on arcship.de. Head over to that website. It's great. But you can follow them up with Pounce. Excuse me, that was my texting thingy. I'm saying the same 3 sentences like over and over. You can follow them up with Pounce if they get away and just repeat the process, but what's best is just going back into the shadows and re-engaging before their shields have gone up again. Once their shields go up again, it's a little hard to get the damage you really need, but you get some serious crits in as a Stalker, and it's pretty fucking basic. But there is a second way to fuck shit up as a Stalker in PvP, and that, my friends, is deflect/lifesteal. Deflect/lifesteal is a really good way of staying alive in extended engagements. So you may notice that Burst Stalkers have a window of about 3 seconds to do all their damage before they're pretty much exposed and more or less screwed, because they are quite squishy. So, the Deflect Chance/Lifesteal Stalker really focuses on abilities that return some of your health in the form, like, from the damage you do, which is what Lifesteal is, and Deflect Chance, which means that any ability that goes towards you has a chance to just not hit you at all. You deflect it. You deflect 100% of the damage away from yourself, and it makes you pretty damn durable, I'm not gonna lie. Fortunately, the good guys at Carbine have thought ahead of the time, and realized that there is, in fact, multiple playstyles, and they've adapted that in your innate. So, DPS is not the only thing you have to do. You can switch your innate up to cater to this Deflect Chance/Lifesteal, or this kind of tanky, bruiser resistance high style, which is useless in PvP. But the Deflect Chance/Lifesteal kind of works around this. You break your stealth and start slicing apart the enemy, focusing on being fast and staying out of the way of all their telegraphs. If you're facing a Spellslinger or an Esper, they're going to have a really hard time hitting you, especially when you've got the move speed buffs that you can get as a Stalker, and especially when your deflect chance is high, as you can get with a Stalker. So essentially, they're trying to hit you so much, and they're trying to just bring you down, but you cannot be brought down. You are not their to be brought down, because you're so fast and agile and you regain so much health that you're not invincible, of course, but you're gonna survive an extended engagement, which is a really bad thing for another Spellslinger or an Esper, who pretty much thrive off those, you know, high CC kind of extended bursty engagements. Which means that you're going to be a great chaser and a good assassin, not as good as the bursty DPS, a good assassin, but a much better fighter for the long run, which means it's a lot more appropriate for things like 5v5s, a little less in 2v2, because 2v2, you know, it's really fast, it goes really quickly, but 5v5s last quite a while longer, and you really want to capitalize on that extended engagement. And this is perfect if you're going for an all-in kind of playstyle. If your team doesn't have a healer, which I know is really risky to do, but, you know, healers, fuck healers. If your team doesn't have a healer, or your team has a hybrid healer like a medic, it's really good for keeping yourself alive and fighting over an extended period of time. But I've pretty much said all I need to say about that. I mean, what you just want to be doing is getting out of the way of all the telegraphs you can. I mean, you're going to be doing that anyway, but you're going to be prioritizing that over doing the most damage you can. You want to be dodging as much as you can. You want to be prioritizing your amps and building yourself around getting out of the way. And I know that that will appeal to some of you, and I know it won't appeal to others, and I will definitely be coming out with videos of both, because Stalker is my main class at the moment. Not that I play Wildstar, I'm talking more about WoW and stuff like that. So, essentially, those are the two main ways to DPS in PvP. There is another playstyle you can do, which is basically revolving around deflect chance and high tankiness. So you basically just stay alive for a long time while simultaneously harassing down your opponents by literally just being in their face and applying all the debuffs you can. I'm not going to go too far into that because it's a little boring. It's not my favorite way to play, and I don't think it's particularly viable, so I don't think you need to learn about it in the basics. So just remember what I told you. I hope I didn't fuck anything up too much. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.